everybody. What is up? Hey, Das Vidania, what's up, man? What's up? All right, we are back later than usual, but I'm back. Let's see. Got some coffee. Have you downloaded the template yet? It's out right now. Oh, dang. That sounds unfortunate. Something good. So, Das, anything on the plate that we need to be looking at? Anything? Anything? What's... I need some good music. Somebody suggest some good music to listen to while I sit here. Genre? I don't know. I like a lot of stuff. So I was listening to Metallica just a second ago because I'm on like a Metallica trip right now. But I'm also listening to Spotify's United States Top 50 right now just because it's just something else to listen to. So Beastie Boys. I listen to the Beastie Boys. I shall listen to the Beastie Boys. These guys right here. Hey, render.ced or render.ced. Render, I'll call you Render. You're welcome. By the way, there's a new template on my website that you can download for free right now using the promo code Kitten Tacos. So go download it. You'll enjoy it. And while we're sitting here, if there's anything you want me to go over, just email me a link to a video or something and I will break it down live on how to do it, just like the last live stream. Oh, Somebody's got jokes. My face is right in front of the controller. Yeah, I'll edit this thing. Why not? Why not? Do. Don't I got some like Doom footage? Doom? Pretty sure I got some Doom footage somewhere. Roots, YouTube. Or was it here? I'm looking for footage. Hey, I know what that is. This'll work. This will work. Shadow of Mordor, anybody? Anybody? Shadow of Mordor? Do we know this guy? Shadow of Mordor. You, sir. Yeah. I'm doing good on the Beastie Boys right now, to be honest. It's not bad. It's not bad. Das. Lagging? Like lagging from the video to when you type it in? Yeah, there's a little bit of a delay. It's like is that what you're referring to? Lagging from the live stream versus when you type it in? There will always be a delay, yes. Like 6 or 7 seconds, which is like normal, but I'm pretty sure. Did I spell that right? Oh. I don't know then. Find something cool. Yeah, this will do just fine. Rotate it some. Make it closer together. Should be this one. Nope, not that one. It's this one? Yes. It's this one. Place Lago here. We will place a Lago here. Placing a Lago here. And to reiterate, if you've just joined us, this is my Gaming Lower Thirds template that you can download right now on my website for free using the promo code Kitten Tacos. Just go through the normal checkout process, and at the time of checkout, there's a promo code option where you can type in Kitten Tacos, one word, no caps, and get it for free. And I'll know if you download it because it'll pop up on my phone. It's really awesome to let me know when people download stuff. That's why I do it the way I do, so I know what's hidden and what's not. So go download it. DOS, I expect you to download it. So go do that. Color Master. Do. Sounds about right. Sounds about right. Right. To party. Make this blood red. Let's make this black. Make this gray. Or some kind of demon blue. Fotografia. Evidente. What's up? How are you? Thanks for reaching out. Have I heard of Off the Ranch? I don't know. What is that? Explain. Shadow of Mordor. Doing great. Just sitting here editing, waiting for people to send me emails with example videos of stuff to make in After Effects for the next 45 minutes. Started the stream a little later than usual today because I was working on the product that I just released in my store. If you haven't heard of it, it is the Gaming Lower Thirds template that I'm playing with right now. This really, really awesome template that you can go in and quickly change your content. And right now, you can download it in the store for free using the promo code Kitten Tacos. So, Off the Ranch YouTube channel. Okay. I don't know. I haven't heard of it. I don't get out that much. Okay? Give me a break. Let's see. I'm looking for images. Some good stuff. This'll work. Place background here. View this image. Drag this into here. That right there will do just nicely. Color Master. Controller. Turn the background on. See, look at there. We got a background on this thing. Images of fireworks. So like firework images for the background. Oop, gotta change this one. Small. Go back to here. Change the text. Sweet. Fireworks. Fireworks. Looking that up right now, actually. Like this image? This image right here? Place background here. It shall be fireworks as requested. So, there you have it. This game was a lot of fun. I'll be honest, when I played this way back when, like, it was a lot of fun. I really enjoyed Shadow of Mordor. What games am I excited for this year? I was excited for No Man's Sky. I like the Pokemon games, Moon and Sun, that are going to come out. Those will be cool. And then, let's see. Actually, what is coming out? I know they're re-releasing Skyrim, which is actually kind of neat. I think that's kind of neat. I think that's kind of cool, in my opinion. I know, like, remastered gets a bad rap after a while, but, you know, whatever. Shkarime. I gotta change the parameter on that Shadow of Mordor thing, so it's lower. But I know the new Final Fantasy game is going to come out, and I know there's a couple things that look pretty cool, actually. So, there's a lot of stuff to be excited about. Nope. Didn't even know that existed. I did watch the new episode of Dragon Ball Z Super today, though, so there's a plus. Request sent. All right, here we go. Oh, other email. O2 and 749 call out title, question mark. So we got O2. It's got a wicked good background. Color's pretty poppin', but she's soft in the focus. There it goes. From what I know, like these overlays are normally like pre-built inside of Final Cut Pro, and you can download them as packs. But as far as making them in After Effects, it's not that hard. Pretty easy, actually. I like the orange background, though. That's kind of nice. So this goes like this. Text fades in. And that goes away. Let's make that. That should be pretty easy. All right, so file new project. No, I don't want to save this. We'll go to new composition. 1920 by 1080 at 60 frames per second. Duration, I don't know, 10 seconds, because that's fine. First off, we need an image to edit on top of. So I'm going to find something. Not sure what, but we're going to find something. And where's all this stuff at? Just an image, doesn't matter what it is. We'll use this Shadow of Mordor picture I found, or right here. We'll just drag this in here. Have something to put our stuff on. So the first thing that we saw in that little example, which is right here, is a shape opens up like that. A dark shape. Okay, so new solid. Right click new solid. Let's make it black. Let's call it black solid 1, or just call it a dark shape. And just like that. What we'll do, anchor point's already in the center, so we're good for that. And we will hit S on our keyboard to scale it. Turn this little ticker thing right here off so it scales uneven. Go down our timeline, about, I don't know, 1 second. Keyframe the scale. Take our scale back and actually make it like this, down to 0. And it's going to scale up like that. What we'll do is right click, easy ease, go to graph editor, and oops, not that one. Not that one. That's the other one. Do that. And this. Our little graph down here is wanting to be a monkey. Just like that. Hit this. This is going to be 100. And that's going to be 100. So when this scales in, Sam, what's up, man? How are you? Just like that. Scales out, looks great. All we gotta do now is hit T on our keyboard, make the opacity down to like right here. See? That's that first little blip that you see in this video. Now, Sam, if you just joined in, Das Vidania sent us an example video of some stuff we're covering today. I'll show you the video. Where'd I put it? Is a good question. Here it is. Found it. So this little opener inside of this, it's like a dark square thing that does that. Cool. Next, we need to make the big square that circles around the screen. So what we'll do is grab our square tool or rectangle tool right here, click here, and hold shift on your keyboard and drag it out. Yay big is fine. Put it right here, click on it. The anchor point is in the center, it looks like already, which is great. And then what we'll do is click on our fill right here and turn it off. Then go to our stroke and actually turn the stroke up a good bit. About right there. Let's go ahead and turn it to white So looks like the other one. Super simple. And now what we'll do is I think it's inside of shape layer. We'll go to contents right here, rectangle path, and there's a little add thing right here. Click trim paths. Pretty cool little thing. Drop this down. The start and the end is like right there. And if I remember in the video, it circled around from this point right here. So what we'll do, it doesn't matter too much. I mean, we can do the end offset. So it starts off right there. Take your offset and actually change it to be like right here. So it looks like it ends there. And I can't remember, did it get over here? Did it go from left or right? It went up from there and went around. So like clockwise. So let's change this to right here. 0. So we'll hit key or keyframe this right here on end. Go down our timeline a little bit and do all the way around. Cool. Right click both of these or highlight both these keyframes and go to easy ease. Really, really simple. So it'll play out like this. We've got that part down. Really awesome. Does that. If you think this, this square is too thick size-wise, just take the stroke, make it smaller. Now there was 2 little squares that appeared on the edges right here. So we'll look at the exact placing of these squares. And did they scale out, it looks like? It looks like they scale out. Yeah, they scale out. Super simple. Same as last time, we'll grab our rectangle tool, drag out another little tiny square. Make sure this one's stroke is turned off. Turn the fill on these bad boys. Take the fill and make it white. Now let's take our anchor point tool, grab shape layer 2, drag the anchor point to right in the center, hold command to tag it to the center. If you can't see it too well, we'll zoom in a little more. Make sure this is in the center. Command in the center. Cool. So these are pretty good. Let's scale them up a little bit. Put them right on the corner. That looks about at the corner. Looks pretty good. So it goes around right there. Click S on your keyboard to keyframe the scale. Go down your timeline and take this down to 0. Right click, keyframe assistant, easy ease. Well, I think in reality this stuff is pretty easy. Once you get to a point where you can kind of reverse engineer effects in your head, imagine how you would make them. That's what I do. How would I make that? I don't know how she made it. I don't really care how she made it. It doesn't even matter. Just how would you make it, Well, there's certain things that I've learned throughout my animation career that this will work. Trim paths will work, or little simple things inside of After Effects that can be repeated and repeated to do all these different stuff. So, back to the tut. Let's fit this here. Give a little watch on this. That looks pretty good. Let's spread this out a little bit so it look a little smoother right here. Those are pretty good. All right, so all you got to do now is just Command D on your keyboard to duplicate that little square that pops out. And we'll take the new one and we'll just drag it over here to this side. Put it right there on the corner. And what's really cool is if you take these 2 little squares and you parent them to the first square, parent both of these. If you move this square, it'll follow. And also, if you scale it, I'm pretty sure they'll scale down the same way this will. So if you change the size, really helpful. Cool. Now we need the text of this tutorial. So the text looks pretty straightforward. So all drugstore back to school makeup look. I can see how these go in. This falls down to the bottom. Makeup look. Okay. Let's do Maxwell Ridgeway tutorials for the text. So Maxwell, make it white. Scale it up a little bit. Hopefully I'm not getting a say this is a template. Let's finish the tutorial first, and then I'll like re-engineer it to be a template. Sound good? Yeah? Right. So Maxwell Ridgeway. Highlight these both and change this little setting to make them closer. Tutorials. Then we'll center the text right here. Where's my align tools? Window, align. They're in here somewhere. Should be right there. Paragraph, yeah. Put these in the center. Actually, I kind of like the to the side right there. It's pretty cool. Okay, if I'm not mistaken, it looks like these all go on together. Okay, these start from the end. Fade back. Or are they all fading back? Okay. So it looks like these are actually separate text layers. So what we'll do is we'll duplicate both of these. Highlight this. We'll make this the bottom one, so get rid of those two. Highlight this. Get rid of the top. Get rid of the bottom. Yep, this one, get rid of the two bottoms. So basically, tutorials, we need to move this down. Now these are just three separate layers because they all move on in their own visual fashion. Okay, so now what we're going to do is actually do typewriter. It's an effects inside of effects and presets called type. So typewriter. Basically what happens is when you click U on your keyboard to show the keyframes, it just types itself on. Kind of like that, and you can do it really quickly. So it's like just like that. Now there's some effects inside of typewriter that give you the ability to do some pretty cool stuff. It might take me a second to remember. I hadn't done it in a while, but I think I can figure it out again. So pretty sure in the range selector in advanced we can do the opacity, I think. Opacity, like this. Oh, yeah, that's that, okay. So I hadn't done this in a while, so I'm figuring stuff out. See, this is when I don't know how to do something, I sit here until I can just do it. That's my whole philosophy. So you're going to learn with me. Mode, add, no. Based on units, shape. Smoothness. I think it's the smoothness setting that makes it fade on. Yeah, look at there. Look at it fading on. Fade. If we really jack the smoothness up to like 100%, it's going to fade on from left to right. So we zoom in just like that. We can actually spread it out a little bit. Like that. Bring the smoothness down a little bit. I mean, this is where you just play with settings, you know. Just looking pretty good. Let's see what hers looks like. Pretty similar, honestly. Yeah, I mean, it seems pretty similar. I mean, I don't see too much difference. It's just, I have more letters to go through, so that's happening. Ease high. I don't even know what these settings even are doing. I'm just like, looks pretty good. Ooh, take this back to 0. He's low. What does this even do? It's some setting that I don't know. I'm not feeling that. So I think this is good. Let's do this 100% again, just see what it looks like. These are like minute differences in the animation, but I think that looks good. Okay, so this goes left to right. And we want it to go the other direction. But first, we're going to go ahead and copy and paste this this animator onto this. So animator 1, this is that. Command C, Command V, Command V. So these all do the exact same thing. Just like that. Now what we need to do is actually take the top one and the bottom one, or the middle one, and just reverse the range. So basically, we're going to use the end, not the start. So right here, take the start, turn it off, click end, and and take this down to 0%. So it's going to actually go in from the other side. So it's like boom, 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 boom. So now we have that part of the animation done like that. And you have 3 different little text boxes that you can literally just retype the text, change it to whatever you want. Next, what we'll do is make the other parts. So it looks like all drugstore stuff goes down and makeup look pops out. Now makeup looks kind of the same thing, so square reveal, we'll call it that, right here. And what we'll do is actually right click new null, put it on top of square reveal, parent square reveal onto the null, and let's take the null and move it. It actually controls where our square reveal will go. Click P on our keyboard for the null, position it, and then bring it up on our timeline, like right there. Right click, or excuse me, let's go ahead and do ease out, ease in. Sam, it's okay if I call you Sam, right? Just let me know if you have another nickname or something I should be calling. I've been doing animation for a while now. I mean, I did it some in college for fun, and when I started out, I literally learned from YouTube, just watching tutorials every other day, literally just making stuff and making stuff and making stuff. And now I do it full time for a living. And I've done plenty of kinetic typography, but I haven't actually done a tutorial on kinetic typography yet. I probably should. It's probably a good idea. But there's so many different kinds, so I'm probably going to try to make something really cool where I'll make a couple tutorials and I'll build a template along with, the tutorials, where we have a big playlist of kinetic typography stuff for download, a bunch of free downloads, and maybe a template for me. So Leica's work on Kubo? I don't even know who that is. You need to send me something. I have no clue. I'm inept. I don't know. Okay, back to this tutorial. So the square reveal is going to actually fall down like this. Ooh, that is quick. Make it a little smoother. I'm not really feeling these keyframes, so let's go to a graph editor and actually make this a little prettier. Just like that. And what we did was pretty cool. We took it and used the null as the motion. So if we grab the text, we can actually move it still. And so it like ends up right there. Sweet. Now what we're going to do is actually something kind of neat. We're going to take a rectangle tool and we're going to drag it around square reveal. We'll make the fill red so we can see it. Then what we'll do is actually on square reveal, put it above our null, go to mode, track matte, and do alpha matte shape layer 4. So it only shows itself when it's on top of the or under the shape. Does that make sense? Oh, Kubo the film, the stop animation thing. Oh my gosh, I haven't seen it, but it looks beautiful. Yes, I know exactly what you're talking about. Yeah, if I do a typography tutorial, I'm going to try to... There's a lot of different ways to do kinetic typography. There's a lot of different techniques. I like the camera technique for kinetic typography. Kinetic typography. So, back to this thing. So now the square reveal only reveals under... Oh, I got a follower. See that? I learned how to do animations on here. So it's like this. Get to it in just a second. We're finishing this one up. So we'll get it. This goes down like this. We want it to fade between the rectangle and the square reveal. So it's not just a hard line fill in. So what we're going to do is click on the shape layer. We're going to just going to go to right click, mask, new mask. Then we'll drop down on the mask, hit here, and feather the edges of the mask. Kind of like that. So as it falls down on the fade, it actually looks like it's fading through a little bit. Looks pretty smooth. So let's give this a watch so far, see what we got. What are we working with? Not too bad so far. Not too bad. I think we can actually stretch these out a little bit. Stretch all this out. So what we can do is highlight everything. Click U on our keyboard. It shows all of our keyframes all at once. We can actually highlight all of these. Easy ease. Stretch these out. Stretch this out. Move these down the timeline. This is this. Do that. Do this. This I feel like a 5-second intro is fine for me. This will look a lot nicer. It's not too bad. Move this back in time. Not too bad, not too bad. All we have left now is the two little bottom texts right here. So, T on your keyboard, call it round 2. I don't know. What we'll do is actually go to a different font for me. Let's do Helvetica. New. Condensed bold. Then what we can do actually is kind of go in here. Is there a bold italic? Oh, I don't like that. It's kind of ugly. Medium italic? I think condensed bold is fine. And if we use typewriter once more, I'm pretty sure that this can be typewritered on per word and not per unit. Based on characters, based on words. Look at there. So, when you scroll down in your timeline, this can actually just be done right there. And if we go to smoothness, it'll fade on. Just like that. Take this, move it to the center right here. Let's make it a little smaller scale wise, because that looks nice for some reason. So let's give this thing a play. Okay, so a mask. Oh, I'm catching up on the text. I just started reading it. Do Bezier warps represent all nonlinear keyframe interpretations? Also, can you show how to do the motion graphic Bezier warp with F9 again? Okay, F9 is easy ease, if I'm not mistaken. And I'm not exactly crazy sure about, how they represent linear keyframe interpolations, because depending on what type of keyframes you're using, rotational keyframes are completely different than linear movements. You're using a completely different graph to edit that. For instance, by the way, we pretty much finished this little intro from that girl's thing. The last thing I would do, honestly, I'll get to your question in just a second. I'm sorry. I would just I would highlight all of this, pre-compose, call it open one, zoom in on our timeline, hit Command D, right click, time reverse the layer, go back to right here, option bracket this, so this actually zoom in. And so basically what happens is this is going to reverse itself. But it's being a dork. It's blinking between the layers because it's an actual glitch inside of After Effects. So basically this is going to reverse itself out. It should be just enough time to do the whole thing. Yeah. So if we play this out, parent this to here, you can have this as basically your own little opener. Gonna go in. Now you could sit for a while and actually manipulate the keyframes to get the timing perfect, just like you want. But other than that, this is pretty much done. And Das Vidania, I'll email you this project file. I'll reply right back to your request. So that should be pretty easy. It won't have any of the fonts included or anything, but you can go download Babus New. Just Google Babus New font. I linked it on like a lot of my videos, and I'll delete the Shadow of Mordor picture. But yeah, you can have this project file. Go for it. You suggested it. You deserve it. I'll actually do that right now. We save this. Save as. We'll just save it to the desktop. Das V. And I'll get that over to you as soon as possible. So, do Bezier warps represent all nonlinear keyframe interpolations? Okay, so new composition, 10 seconds. Now, if we're working with, I don't know, a star right here, grab this thing, that's weird. Grab Command, put this in kind of like in the center right here. Let's duplicate this. Put them both over here somewhere. And let's, hit P on our keyboard and move these across the way. 3-second movement. This is, point A to point B. Point A to point B. It's mesmerizing, right? Just 2 stars moving. Really simple, but if we go into this right now, the keyframes are static right now. So if we go into our graph editor, this is the value graph. If we go to speed graph, it's just a linear point A to point B. Now, if we actually hold, what is it? Control or something? Yep. And actually make it a graph. Do this, it'll be a completely different movement. You can put this like right here. So they both end up in the same place at the same time. It's just now the movement's a little different. Now, you can quickly, do something like this by highlighting both keyframes, right-clicking Keyframe Assistant Easy Ease like F9. So you could do that, and for me, it's like function F9 on my keyboard. And that, if you hold, I'm on a Mac, and all my F keys are set to something else. And yeah, you just hit F9 on your keyboard, and it turns them to this. I always right-click and go to Keyframe Assistant Easy Ease because I don't like hitting function on my keyboard and then hitting F9. I can right-click quicker than I can do that. And now it's that. And they're both pretty good. But there's another thing that's a little different. Let's put these stars in the center. Click R on our keyboard, rotation, and we'll rotate them a little bit. Or let's do 180 degrees. 180 degrees. So oh no, whoops. I gotta move down my timeline here, sir. Half second, 180 degrees. So it flips over just like that. It's gonna do this. Really static, nothing fancy. Now if we go to right click, keyframe, easy ease, F9, it's gonna be a little more dynamic. Looks a little nicer than just a static movement, but you can take this even further inside of your value graph because rotational keyframes are different than linear keyframes. Go into here and highlight these keyframes. Right now it's this. If we go into our value graph, you have like a curver thing, like a S-curve. What we can do is actually grab this, and we can take the endpoint right here. Let's zoom in a little bit and move it above its endpoint. So it's going to go farther than 180 degrees and stop at its 80 degrees. So it's going to go a little bit further than it needs to go. Nigel. Okay, everybody, you can make fun of this guy. Nigel, this is my roommate from college, so get out of here. Nigel, you're a funny guy. So you can actually, it goes a little bit further than, and my render thing is all messed up, but get rid of this. But it will actually go a little further and kind of fix itself. Now you can do a lot of different things to make this a little cooler. So make it a little smaller right here. But it's like freaking out. The RAM in here is not working well. That's the same thing when you actually take like an ellipse. Move this over. Put it right in the center. Click S on your keyboard. Scale it up to 100%. Take this down to 0%. So it's right here. And actually, give this a curve. My heart, my soul. Take this. Oop, wrong one. Take this, and it'll scale up a little larger than it needs to be. And be pretty dynamic, which is pretty cool, I think. Nice. All right, Das Vidania, what's the difference between layer and layer mask? The question you asked a little bit ago. I'll show you. So new composition, just to get something going here. If we have an object, like a rectangle, something really simple. This is just the layer. It's just a layer. Oh, thanks, Das. So this is just a regular layer. You can have more than one of these. It doesn't matter. And they just stack on top of each other till they're all fancy and whatnot. But a layer mask is basically like, I have my shape, I only want to reveal half this shape. So what I could do is click on this, grab my pen tool, and draw a mask on this. So, not another shape, I'm sorry. Right click, new mask for the shape. Now there's a mask. So it's this like shape that is the exact same size as this that says, I'm going to reveal what's inside the mask. So we can go into the mask, find the path, and actually change it. We can move it around, move this around. But basically what's happening is this mask is, here's the original shape, and the mask is only revealing a part of the shape. We can move the mask around. Remember, this is just a part of the shape. So this is the shape, the original shape, this box right here. Turn this one off. This box is the original shape, and the mask is only revealing part of the shape. So we can use a lot of different things for the mask. So if you invert the mask, it'll be the reverse of what the mask is covering. If you use the mask subtract, kind of like invert, but it's subtracting out a piece of the shape. Like this is the empty hole in the shape right here via the mask. There's a lot of different stuff. Intersect, if you have multiple masks, they'll intersect each other. Cool stuff like that. None doesn't do anything. Add, just like that. Invert. And what else we can do is actually, there's options inside of that mask. We can feather this mask so it like reveals a certain part of the shape inside. There's a feather. So like when I do those cool like reveals where shapes go into something, so like if I have text on the screen, like this right here, and I have a shape on top of this, like I normally do, and I have like a track mat on that shape, so Das Vidania only shows when it's inside of this shape. So if I move this around, if I move this Das Vidania above this shape, it'll disappear really quickly, just like that. What I can do with a mask is actually right click, mask, new mask. I can actually take that mask and feather the edge like this a little bit. So when I scroll this off, it'll disappear via a feather. So I can kind of increase this feather a whole bunch, and like it'll disappear with a feathered edge. Something like that. Take this down some, or take the mask and move it down a little bit. Bring the feather down like that. So the mask is actually a little bit further away from the shape. Here's the mask. The edge is feathered. And Das Vidania will actually fade out like that as it moves. So P on your keyboard to position it. Go down in our timeline. Like that. Really cool. And it gets revealed like that through a mask on a track mat shape. Super simple, but once you understand the concept, it's pretty neat. All right, everyone. Jesse, thank you for joining and saying ooh, ah, 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 ah. That's awesome. It's wonderful. But just to give you guys a little overview before we close out the live stream for the night. So basically, no. I released a lower thirds project, a gaming lower thirds. It is a template online in my store right now. You can download this template completely for free by using the promo code Kitten Tacos. I will type it out in the chat so everybody can see. Use the So go to that link right there. use the promo code Kitten Tacos during checkout, and you can download it for free. I will actually open up one of the files of this tutorial to show you what it looks like once you've customized it. I'll eventually find when it's been customized. Nope, it's not that one. Remember, this project file, the free download is only for the next 24 hours, so jump on it. You might as well download it. It can't hurt. I think it's over here somewhere. I'll find it. Just give me 1 second to look this bad boy up. Boom, here it is. So, once you've customized this template, it looks something like this. I just released a tutorial on my channel on how to customize it. Go watch it. I'll put a link right in here right now so you can go check it out as we speak. Oh yeah. Das, give me a second. I'm going to email you something. Here you go, Das. Just sent you an email of that After Effects project file. Here you go, everyone. There's the video. Enjoy. But I'm going to jump over to my gaming channel more than likely and stream on that one for a little while because I feel like it. Other than that, as always, have a great night. And I'll catch you guys next time. Sound good? Waiting for people to say bye. You're welcome, Das. Enjoy it. But before we go, I'm actually going to look at your other submission. Das, by the way, I have your videos that you sent me in your submission. This right here. How to make these little social icons that pop out right here. Right there. Pretty easy to make. I'll cover those another time. Maybe sometime middle of this week we'll do a live stream, maybe Wednesday, on how to create these social icons that pop out sideways and fly off the screen. Yep. I'll present it in the next stream. And yeah, so it'll either be Wednesday or Sunday, depending on the schedule. Other than that, thank you. I'll catch you next time. Have fun. Enjoy the project file. And enjoy the template. Go download it right now. For free, remember. So, have a good one. Peace.